back.
So I'll take the platform.
Oh, do you have a platform too?
This little riding platform here.
And do you have a lobbyist to go with your platform?
Yes, I have a lot of platforms and angles that I'm working on. Just talking to Thad about how to get more equipment. Well, let's start up here actually. So here is our seed hopper. Right now full of a mix of black walnut, bur oak, and swamp white oak, and pecan. This mix of 4 species here that we're planting at about 22,000 seeds per acre. Planting it through a modified corn planter row unit. If you look at this planter as a bottom half and a top half, our top half being the seed hopper and the seed dispensing system, which I call the metering system. It's more or less a cup elevator system that as seed flows into the hopper and this drum rotates, there's little cups in this drum that pick the seed up and kick it out into the seed tube here, and the seed can then fall down into the bottom half of the planter, which looks more like a corn planter, because that's what it started life as. So the ground engaging components of the planter, up front here we have a coulter to cut the initial slot in the ground, make the way for the double disc openers. The double disc openers roll along and cut a V trench into the ground, and then the seed is able to drop down into this V trench, and then we've got seed in the ground. Currently the depth gauge wheels are removed from the planter, but it has depth gauge wheels on it just like corn planter would too. So then we've got seed in the trench in the ground, and it closes with more of this Case IH style closing system, where it has 2 opposing discs that run in the ground and help stitch that trench back shut. And then this central firming wheel that just gives it that trench a nice little pad on the top, and firms up that seed trench then. So you kind of think of it like a zipper, where the double disc openers is the first zipper that opens it up, and these 2 closing discs are the next zippers that zip it closed, and the firming wheel that just gives it a nice little pat, make sure it's firmed up nicely. So that is the planter, ground driven by this ground drive wheel. And this planter is a category 1 3-point mount, so it could hook onto any tractor that can handle a category 1 or larger implement. And we've had it on some pretty big sized tractors, but as small as a 25 or 30 horse tractor, as long as the 3-point has the lift height and capacity, it could lift this, this approximately 800 or 1,000 pound planter. So we can run it on a tractor, but as it sits right here, it is on our 3-point implement caddy. And this is the same concept as when a big 7-shank ripper is being pulled by a big 4-wheel drive articulated tractor, that or like a grain drill, a 3-point grain drill that's on an implement caddy. Same concept here. We can run this on the caddy and plant with it in the field behind a pickup truck, behind a UTV, behind any kind of vehicle that can pull it, or we can drop it off the caddy and mount it on the tractor. And this caddy also has lights on it and suspension, so we can run down the highway at 70 miles an hour. And it's a pretty slick little rig, because it's winch operated. So we get to the field and raise it up, pull out our safety transport bar right here, and we're ready to plant. Or pull that out, drop the jack stands, unhook it from the caddy, and go ahead and hook it onto the tractor, and we're ready to plant. that is the planter in a nutshell. So many fun puns that we get to use in this business.
It'd drive you nuts.
Yeah.